mentioned that they would not be able to join this call but wanted to make sure that they could see the content. So we always post our recordings up on our community site for everybody to be able to watch this afterwards. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm Wendy Ditmore, and I manage the strategy and worldwide execution of our new Geo Expansion program. Hopefully, you're joining us either because you have been newly activated into the program through a nomination by your partner development manager, or you've seen the invitation from our community page and wanted to join to learn more, which either of those are great opportunities. And I'm glad that you're here and able to join us. What we will do is I'm going to walk us through an agenda here. We've got about 45 minutes together. This allows time at the end for people to ask some questions. Um, We'll talk about the focus and the purpose and intent of this webinar. We'll then go into some key go-to-market tools and services and benefits that we think are strongly recommended for partners that want to do geo expansion, how to activate those for your target market, as well as some additional resources we provide all of our geo expansion partners. And then we'll look at and review and finalize with some key next steps that I would recommend everyone to go do, and open up for some Q&A at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. This webinar is really focused about helping you understand how best to stand out to attract new customers, as well as drive visibility and awareness to make the right local Microsoft connections with sellers, with channel managers, and the different stakeholders in those new target markets. Hopefully the way that you've been able to make connections in your host country where you started your business. So this activation webinar leverages content from an activation playbook that we provide to all of our newly onboarded partners. So a lot of this content is specifically right from the activation playbook. And if you don't have that playbook, let me know and we can make sure to send it to you. Things that I always recommend people do to take advantage of this webinar to the best of your ability is to save that activation playbook down to your desktops and really work through it. And look at it in particular with some of your key different teams, your sales, your marketing, your support, technical managed services teams, because there's content in there that can help you think about how to do expansion of your solution and your business into new markets. There's going to be a lot of resources available to help maximize your experience and your geo expansion. So making sure that you take advantage of those resources provided in the activation playbook. And of course, if you always have questions, you can email our alias, which we regularly monitor and make sure that we answer questions that come in to this email address here. You can also email me directly, and we're happy to help however we can. So one of the key things that I hear from partners frequently is, how do I make sure that I make the right connections with the right Microsoft stakeholders, especially when you move into a new market where you may not always have some of the familiar contacts that you work with. And making sure that you're making those connections then really ensures that you nurture that pipeline of key customer opportunities. So things that we recommend to do and to think about is something in how Microsoft sellers look at our partners and look at solutions to connect with their customer opportunities. So some of the things that can make you really stand out to Microsoft sellers are having a solution that sells itself. A lot of partners that I've talked to just have some incredible solutions that make lives easier, solve big problems, um, leverage the three clouds, and those kind of things really do stand out. Having a solution that produces strong revenue and strong margins, of course, that's something we all want. And that definitely, when you're able to demonstrate that you have that, that really is attractive for our Microsoft sellers. And then if your solution is so unique that there really isn't competition, that really drives a lot of interest, because then the value proposition becomes very clear in driving awareness and talking about your solution with sellers and with customers. If you're willing to make that shared lead generation happen with the Microsoft sellers, that makes their jobs easier, and that makes you a very interesting opportunity for them to work with, so that you together can drive a lot more strong opportunities. And of course, having great healthy margins that do things to leverage sales incentives and discounts can be really helpful. So this is just information in our activation playbook that I think are really important for us to have as a mindset in how we engage and drive awareness with our Microsoft sellers. Hopefully, I don't know if everyone is familiar, but we provided information in the playbook that talks about who channel managers are, and then what you can do to help them and how they can help you. They can really help drive that strong co-sell motion. And the Geo Expansion Program heavily leans in on driving the co-sell motion into target markets. So there's information in here about what a channel manager in target markets can do to help you, as well as what you can do to help them. So I would definitely encourage to look through that in more detail. There's different tools that we all use to make sure that we're driving our sales motion, and especially that co-sell process. So I just wanted to quickly walk through and make sure everyone is familiar with those. Partner Sales Connect is one I think we all um, love and hate at the same time, shall we say. It's a tool that is going to be slowly decommissioned this year and shifting everyone over to the new Partner Center. So we'll talk quickly about what that is and how that works if you haven't been migrated yet. And then Marketplace is such an important place for you to make sure your solution is listed and highly visible. And with that, we have go-to-market services that can help you to really stand out and be very sophisticated in your business process through these two tools. So let's quickly look at those. Partner Sales Connect, as I mentioned, it's a tool that is a little bit cumbersome, we know, for our partners and for Microsoft people to work with, but it's the place where today we work to register co-sell opportunities. I think everyone's very excited to hear that that is going to be slowly transitioned over into our new Partner Center experience. Partner Center then is the place where you create your legal business profile so that everyone knows who you are and what you do. And then you can also advertise and work to drive awareness of your programs, your services, your solutions. We have great services that can help you elevate your profile so that you become more visible, and can also drive better, stronger referrals through our partner and referral demand gen programs. Marketplace, I don't know if everyone here has solutions listed in the Marketplace, but there are the two storefronts, AppSource and Azure Marketplace, and we provide go-to-market benefits for partners that have listings in the Marketplace, things to help you from a technical perspective, ways to help you do better co-marketing with Microsoft, and doing things to help with that co-sell process. So if we look at this process in Marketplace, hopefully everyone's familiar with the three different processes and steps through listing in Marketplace. And there's information in our deck and in the activation playbook that kind of walks through the details of this. I won't really go into detail here about that, but there is guidance and information just to make sure that you're aware of how it works in the Marketplace. As I said, there's great benefits that you can activate as a partner who have a listing in the Marketplace or AppSource. So with all of those, these are services you can activate either through Partner Center or by going to our go-to-market services landing page out on the web and looking at these different content pieces and activating them. Some of the most popular ones that we see for our partners is the listing optimization, which really helps drive better awareness of your solution and also optimizes it for receiving strong referrals. Another one that's super popular is the seller webinar. For anyone with a consulting or a transact solution in the marketplace, we can help you, give you the opportunity to talk about your solution with customers and partners, as well as Microsoft sellers. We also have a lot of great partner success stories. These are really helpful, again, to drive that visibility and awareness of your solution and what you can do to work with Microsoft sellers. So all of these are ones that you can activate. Additionally, outside of Marketplace, if you are a co-sell ready ISV or an IP co-sell ready ISV, these are all included up here, included benefits that you can activate into the target market that you're looking to land to. Maybe you've activated some of these services last year in your host country. I strongly recommend considering some of these to activate in the target country, again, to drive that awareness and visibility of your solution. There's also incremental services if you have funding and want to consider doing some of these additional type of workshops or content building work that you can check out as well. All of these you can activate through Partner Center, or you can reach out to go-to-market, so GTM at Microsoft.com. That's our go-to-market desk that operates worldwide to help all of our partners activate their marketing benefits. There's details here. I won't really walk through these and read through them in detail here, but I will just highlight one of the included go-to-market benefits that you can activate that everyone really likes is to do this digital marketing content that's on demand. You can easily customize and automate a 10-week social media campaign that really helps to drive leads and awareness for your business. So that's something I would strongly recommend checking out if you've not tried it before. These are those incremental services in more detail. So this information is in the activation playbook that you can read through in detail and determine if any of these look interesting to you to consider activating. Again, here's that email address where you can reach out to our desk directly to activate services if you would rather not do it that way, or would you rather not do it via the Partner Center. So as part of being activated into Geo Expansion Program, we provide what I call a target market insert. This is something that we've got finished and complete for the US. So if you've identified the US as one of your target markets, we will be sending you this detailed insert that's going to provide information on the local target market social engines, campaigns, events, contacts you should be aware of, different things that are really critical to help you make the right connections in that target market. The US guide is very comprehensive in the information it provides. We're working to complete the ones for our additional markets for Western Europe, Central and Eastern Europe, Latin America, Middle East, Africa, UK, and Canada at this time as well. So those are underway, and just as soon as we have them complete, we will be sharing them out to partners that have indicated they wanted help moving into those markets. Included in the overall activation playbook is this information of things that you may or may not be aware of and actively participating in today at the worldwide level. So there's a lot of different interesting forums, social channels, campaigns and events that you might want to look into to get involved in, as well as some basic contacts at that higher level that we would recommend to be aware of that you can reach out to for help. So as examples, this target market insert that I've mentioned, the US version will have a very distinct look and feel and provides a lot of detailed information. The Western Europe one, we're working to get that complete and we'll be providing that as well. There's a lot of resources that additionally can help our partners, can help you in thinking about how you can manage best practices for your listing in Marketplace or AppSource, how to do partner-to-partner program. So one of the things that's really important as you think about doing geo expansion is whether you want to go direct into a market and open up a new location, create a set of sellers, deployment specialists, and to do marketing on your own. Or if you would prefer to leverage local partners in that market who are already there that are interested in partnering and helping you expand your business. So there's a great success playbook here that I recommend checking out to understand how the partner to partner program works in case you want to do your geo expansion in that way. There's a lot of tips and tricks and tools, templates, roles and responsibility guide in case it gets confusing for you as it does for me, all the different roles and acronyms we have for different people that are stakeholders in each subsidiary. So a lot of this information is provided in the playbook as well. Here's just a quick view of that go-to-market plan template. Highly recommend thinking through what your investments might want to be, how you'd like to measure success, different co-marketing and activities that you would want to do throughout the year as you look to land into your new market. This can be a great template to help you through that process. So to end all of my talking with the group here, I just wanted to highlight that there's some definite things I would recommend doing. First of all, looking at all of those different marketing benefits that I was showing you on those that section of slides, think about which ones you might want to activate for your target market and go activate them through the Partner Center or in reaching out to gtm@microsoft.com. You can also reach out to them if you have questions and need guidance on how to activate those benefits. They're here to help at any time. I'd also recommend joining and subscribing to our Geo Expansion community. This is where we will post any upcoming webinars, news, new content that we make available. And you can also go there to share feedback, ask questions. There's been some interesting discussions about on the community forum site right now around how and when to activate or how and when to do geo expansion. So it's a great community that definitely recommend subscribing to. It just takes a moment to do that. And then leveraging all of the information that we provide in that target market insert that we're building for each of the areas that partners want to launch into. All right, so I've done a lot of talking here for 20 minutes. I wanted to use the rest of our time then to answer any questions anyone here might have about geo expansion that I can help with. And if not, it's quite all right. You can always, of course, email me. You can send an email to geoexp@microsoft.com where we can help answer your questions more directly, or you can email me directly, which is wendy.ditmore@microsoft.com, and I can help answer your questions that way as well.
Can you share the link for the sales playbook, please?
Yes, so this playbook here is that I've been walking through is something that we just have finally gotten published to an external site. What I will do after this call is we'll send out an email to everyone who joined, provide that activation playbook, as well as we will be posting a recording link of this call. So we will definitely follow up afterwards and provide you the full playbook.
One more question from my end.
Yes, please.
For the network partner, you mentioned about some webinars that can be created. And below you told that there are some paid engagements as well. Okay.
Yes.
So the above mentioned ones, are they free of cost?
let's see. So let me go back to that slide just so we have the visual. So you're probably, are you talking about the seller webinar?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yes. So if you have a marketplace or app source listing, you can activate this seller webinar and it is free of charge. There's no cost to this.
Can you go to the paid section, please, if you don't mind?
Yes, yes, of course. So there's incremental services for purchase here. There's a full listing and we can go look at it in more detail view as well if that's helpful.
No, no, not
Services help.
really. But here on the top, you have mentioned digital marketing, geo expansion, readiness assessment.
Yes,
Okay, these
yes.
things are a part of the geo expansion program by itself, isn't it?
So the geo expansion readiness assessment is something I recommend all partners to do that haven't really done a lot of expansion work into a new market yet, or are early on in the journey of doing and considering strategy for geo expansion. This assessment, it's a free assessment that any partner can go take. Um, and with it, it gives you an output of your strengths and weaknesses across 4 different strategic areas that help you to think about what your business plan should be to do geo expansion. So hopefully that helps answer your question a little bit there.
Absolutely. One last question, nothing more. Um, if at all the partner wants to have a roundtable with our ATU leads in US, say for example, he has chosen US as a market, okay, and they want to have a roundtable with the ATU leads. Uh, as a part of the geo expansion program, would that be facilitated by from your end, or else how can we get that done?
So that would be something that might be available if a partner is provided a depth or high touch engagement with the US team. That's something we can definitely ask our point of contact for the US team if that's something that they could help us set up. I don't know that that's something that they readily provide as a service for partners through geo expansion. Again, it would tend to be for partners who qualify and are invited into a high touch engagement where they may get to work with a partner development manager in the US for a limited time. But that's a great question and something I can take to our US team to see if it's something they can help do.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right. If there are no other questions, I will end our recording at this time.
Hey, Wendy, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so our company is based out of India. I want to understand, as we expand to other geographies, what is the process and procedure of getting a PDM for each geography? If that is not the case, then PDM at the host country being charged for the program from.
It's breaking up a little bit there, but it sounds like the question, if I understand it right, is around how to get engagement with a PDM in a new target country. So that's something that's not a guarantee at all through the geo expansion program. Um, as you may or may not have heard, our PDMs are often in many locations significantly at capacity. And so for key regions such as the US, the UK, and Australia, the engagement is likely going to be more at that digital level where we provide webinars, the activation playbook, and that local market insert of information for a partner to proactively self-serve and go work to engage in that new market. So I really want to be clear that a partner shouldn't assume that you can get assigned a PDM in those target markets. It's at invitation level, and it tends to be for solutions that are perhaps unique, filling in a gap in the market because the local partners don't have a unique solution like that that fills a customer need, or for target markets where they're really actively looking to recruit new ISV partners to help drive the business. So again, getting the engagement of a PDM is at determination of the target market team, whether or not that partner is one that should qualify for that limited time engagement. So hopefully that helps clarify a little bit. And for anyone who's not yet in the program today, but has joined our activation call, what you would need to do is to work with your host country PDM to get nominated into the program. And then we can, from there, we help provide your nomination information to the target market team to review and determine if this is an opportunity where engagement with a PDM for a short term would be a successful plan. Any other questions at this point? All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I